So if you guys have been keeping up until this point, you know the second part of this What If series was about Frieza's training with Cooler on their new stronghold called Planet X. They're working together for a singular goal here. Their ultimate plan is to topple the reign of the current Omni Kings. That's right, Frieza has set his eyes on becoming the new ruler of the multiverse. Beerus was still somewhat laid back about this. Well, Frieza had helped him win the Tournament of Power after all, and so he's willing to let them screw around unless or until they cause enough trouble for Universe 7. Unfortunately, Whis tells him that it's already happened, and so, just like that, Beerus, Whis, as well as Goku and Vegeta set out for Planet X. That's basically the ending of part 2, and if you guys would like more context on that, definitely be sure to go check out the rest of the series. It will be linked up above. And if you guys have been enjoying these what ifs and would like to see more of not only this one, but our Tournament of Power 2 and also Universe 0 returning as well, let's try to get this video to 4,000 likes for part 3 of Black Frieza versus Beerus. But without further ado, it's already been a week since Frieza returned to Planet X. Initially, he was planning on training continuously for 5 days in order to develop his own version of the Destroyer technique. But on the 5th day, something really interesting happened. All this time, they thought Cooler's destructive tendency to consume liquefied plasma is hindering him from further evolving. However, that may not have been the case after all. And it was only through Frieza's rigorous rehabilitation lessons that Cooler was able to look beyond his previous conceptions of strength and energy. Just then, for a measly moment of time, he felt his own existence vibe with the entirety of matter around him. He felt as though anything is possible. Literally anything. Even Frieza noticed his presence suddenly fading away into nothingness, but then reverting back to normal within the span of a single moment. Hey, Cooler, what was that? Have you finally gone insane from the withdrawals or something? Frieza immediately asked. However, Cooler just laughs. This is it, he replies. I don't know what it was, but with this, I will soon become even stronger than you, Frieza. It's only a matter of time. By the way, did you just call me by my name? Frieza shrugs and they go back to their training. He still had this stern look on his face, but in his heart, Frieza was grinning. It's not enough that Frieza himself gets stronger. He needs his brother to keep up as well, or else they'll never be able to defeat Beerus, let alone Whis or the Grand Priest. 2 days after this moment is when Beerus and the others set out and are on their way to Planet X. Whis is looking into the orb on his staff when he notices a strange irregularity. That's right, he noticed how the flow of matter came to an immediate standstill in the surroundings of Planet X for a fraction of a second. This was no joke. If there had been any normal life form on Planet X, it would have instantly withered away in that moment. This is when Whis would stop and ask, say Lord Beerus, you can destroy matter from existence, but what would you say about stopping it? Does that make any sense? Goku is obviously confused, and the same goes for Vegeta, but kinda in a different way. However, Beerus would go on to state, well, that's a silly question. What benefit is there in stopping matter? In what context are we even talking about? Does stopping time count as stopping matter? Does stopping all of the physical phenomena in the body also count? This doesn't make any sense, Whis. Whis would reply, I know, right? But it seems something similar happened at Planet X around 2 days ago. Exactly where Frieza and his brother were supposed to be. Beerus asks, are they still there? And Whis tells them, yes. They've been there together for the past 7 days, inadvertently hinting that it was indeed those two who caused such an irregularity. Cutting back to Planet X, Cooler is too exhausted to even be alive right now. Plus, he's also mad at Frieza because before the start of this training, Frieza stated that it'd only go on for 5 days, but since Frieza hasn't managed to get the hang of the Destroyer technique yet, he refuses to take a break. In the past 7 days, they hadn't eaten anything, they hadn't stopped either. Even if it's Cooler and Frieza, the savage atmosphere of this planet has definitely depleted all of their stamina at this point. Goodness, what the heck is wrong with you, Frieza? I've started getting those diabolical migraines again. Don't make me hurt you. Let's call it a week and go to that place where your goons have been preparing a cuisine for us. I'll also need more of that liquefied plasma to stop these withdrawals, Cooler says. Frieza was going to reply positively, but just then, He senses the presence of 4 individuals who will be stepping foot onto the planet any moment now. This infuriates Frieza. He knows exactly who they are. Damn it, and I was this close to greatness. Guess we'll just have to talk ourselves out of this, Frieza continues. Listen, Cooler, do not mess this up. All I want is for you to not say anything. I'll handle this. Sadly, Cooler is barely hanging on right now. He may very well finally lose it at any moment. Frieza, neither Cooler are in any shape to fight at this moment, so any mistake would mean the end of them. Ordinarily, Frieza would have never made such a massive miscalculation. However, the unknown perplexity of Planet X definitely influenced his cognitive capabilities. The jig was up. Beerus, Whis, Goku, and Vegeta are already here. Whoa, what's wrong with this place, Goku says. I feel like I'm gonna puke any second. I know, right? Vegeta replies. The steak I ate 3 weeks ago suddenly wants to come out. What's with this place? As expected, even they're having trouble here, but seeing their lax attitude, Frieza steps up and faces Beerus. Lord Beerus, what brings you here? I apologize for the last time. As you can see, my brother and I are in no shape to stand straight, let alone plot anything fishy, he says. Cut the nonsense, Frieza. You know exactly why I've come here, Beerus states. For the liquefied plasma? Frieza asks. Well, I definitely wouldn't mind that, but first, let me get something straight. What did you do when you were in Universe 6, Beerus states. Well, to be fair, if I did anything illicit, you would have already heard about it by now, wouldn't you? But I guess you can say I was just searching for ways to bring Cooler back, Frieza honestly replies. Beerus knows that this isn't worth fussing over, but when he considers the potential danger of letting the current Frieza roam free without restrictions, he instantly recalls the words Frieza said when he invaded planet Beerus. Frieza, tell me once again, how high are you planning? What is your ambition? Depending on your answer, I'll have to get rid of you right now, Beerus asks calmly. Frieza knew what he said last time, and he also knows that he can't really say the same things again, but his current pride doesn't allow him to lie, and so he replies, Lord Beerus, I just want to get stronger than you through my own strength, and once that is taken care of, I'll set my eyes on the next target. Aren't you being too paranoid right now? What's wrong with me getting stronger? And Goku intervenes, he's right, Lord Beerus, even I want to go and fight the Grand Priest one day. Stop being so serious. Beerus immediately punches and destroys Goku's face. Listen, you fools, it's time you learn that some things are supposed to be impossible. Alright, Frieza, I'll take you on, he says. But Lord Beerus, I'm in no shape to fight. Are you seriously going to fight a half-dead man, Frieza replies. He did have a point, and so Beerus asks Whis to heal them both. However, right when Whis was about to heal Cooler, Frieza unleashes a potent ki blast on Cooler with the intention to kill. Ordinarily, Cooler wouldn't have been able to survive that, but since Whis was going to completely heal him in that next moment, Frieza would conveniently use this opportunity to further evolve his brother through a Zenkai boost from nearly dying before being completely healed by Whis. Looks like I took a page from your book, huh, Vegeta? Frieza laughs. This would tick him off even further, and so Vegeta steps up next. Lord Beerus, let me handle this. Last time Frieza caught me off guard, but I won't let the same thing happen again. Cooler, on the other hand, looks at Goku and asks him if he'd like to exchange a few blows, and of course, Goku was all game. The battle would then begin. Lord Beerus, Whis states, I'm not sure about Goku, but Vegeta would, without question, lose against Frieza. I know, Frieza is indeed the strongest mortal in the universe right now. Even that Broly kid may not measure up, Beerus replies. And sure enough, while Vegeta's body was still trying to adapt to the conditions of this planet, Frieza had been to hell and back, literally. He continues to land one near-fatal blow after another, but Ultra Ego does intrigue him. Hey Vegeta, what's with this new form you've been using, he asks. Huh? Well, I guess you can say I learned it from Lord Beerus, Vegeta replies. Hearing this, Frieza sees the shiny earlobe on Vegeta and then notices the same kind on Beerus. This was a massive aha moment. He instantly warps in front of Vegeta and quite literally rips out his entire ear. I guess I'll take that. That's all Frieza had to say. Vegeta feels it right where it hurts, but bears it and steps on Frieza's tail. However, Frieza had already put on the earlobe. This is it. I had both the visualization and the energy mechanisms down, but the final piece seemed to be missing, although right now, Everything has fallen into place. I can finally fight Beerus on equal terms, Frieza declares. Shut your mouth, Frieza. I'll be the one who defeats you today, Vegeta says. The look in his eyes just keeps getting sharper and sharper. Meanwhile, Goku seems to be quite easily overpowering Platinum Cooler with his new form. He lands one heavy punch after another and Cooler can't really do anything but defend. Goku was also honestly getting tired of it, truth be told. He'd rather fight Frieza. That one is way more interesting, but just as he's about to land the final finishing blow, something in the air snaps. Right then, in that very moment, the same wonder happens again. For a singular moment in time, Cooler becomes one with everything else and uses that totality to counter Goku. This results in an almost disgustingly brutal blow that leaves Goku in a state of temporary delirium. It was too abrupt. Goku simply didn't have the time, the understanding, or even the instinctual capacity to fully counter it. Whis and Beerus both observed what happened. Hey Whis, this is just like Ultra Instinct Omen, but in a slightly different way. How does it work? Beerus asks. Let's see. I'm not sure. I noticed something strange about Cooler's body earlier, but this instance confirms it. There are certain irregularities. For example, his flow of energy isn't just limited to his own body. He can also unconsciously become one with the surroundings and use them as his own body parts. Honestly, this makes no sense, but that's what it is, Whis replies. It doesn't have to make sense. My head feels like it'll explode any moment now. Everything has become so free. I can feel the universe. No. I am the universe, Cooler laughs, as a bright flash of light envelops the entire planet. Everything turns black and white, the same color as Cooler's newly acquired form. This time, it was intentional. Having gained his mental clarity back, Cooler finally found a way to leverage this uncanny ability. Well, since this is because of my liquefied plasma addiction, I'll go ahead and name this Plasma Cooler. No idea what that means though, Cooler laughs. And it wasn't only him who just experienced an insane boost in power. Frieza was the same. The earlobe gave him the final piece of the puzzle and led him to unlocking his very own Ultra Ego technique. Thank you for showing me the ropes, Lord Beerus. And thank you too, Vegeta. I'd like to dedicate this evolution to you both. Behold, the strongest being in Universe 7. I feel like I can beat anyone right now. Literally anyone, Frieza declares. His vibe instantly sends a ripple throughout the multiverse. All of the other destroyers couldn't help but notice that something weird is going on in Universe 7. Even the Grand Priest is intrigued. But as for Beerus, the man's rage hit a record high. Beerus would go on to crack his neck as the look in his eyes sharpened profusely. Well, Whis, I guess it's time for me to reach the next level too. Otherwise, these clowns will continue to get big heads, Beerus proclaims. Everything about him, however, reeked of rage, terror, and destruction at this point. This was it. It doesn't matter if you're a mortal, a destroyer, or an angel. The battle to decide the strongest being in Universe 7 would finally begin.